Hello everyone, this is Bertina Amy here and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. And otherwise, welcome back to my channel. I hope you find these videos useful. So in this video, I am rummaging through my scrap pieces of fabric that I just have no idea what to do with and decided to make a DIY reusable folder using scrap fabric. So here I just select my favorite. I decided to go ahead and make my own Mod Podge using 1 part glue and 1 part water just as the adhesive part. And I'm going to use my remaining Mod Podge as my sealer instead. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these little hole areas, and then I'm going to apply my Mod Podge. The plan was to go ahead and re-hole punch out those holes, but I didn't actually record that on screen anyways. And it's really up to you if you wanted to re-punch them in. That's totally optional. You could even use a crocodile and add an eyelet, but that's totally optional. The nice thing about using your own homemade Mod Podge is that it won't dry nearly as quickly, and you can actually spread it evenly throughout your entire cover and place it on top of the fabric with the fabric facing downwards. Using actual Mod Podge will actually dry out even quicker, and so I find it to be better as a sealer instead, and so that's my tip for this project. You'll notice that I didn't even bother to go ahead and iron my fabric first. That's because I knew that by applying Mod Podge and it being wet, it was going to help me actually flatten out the fabric as I press down on it on the other side. You'll want to, of course, trim off any excess that you might have, save the extra bits for any possible future projects just in case. When you're doing a project like this, be mindful that it does not need to be perfect and you're just doing the best that you can. I'm looking at this folder as if I am wrapping a gift, and I'm doing the best I can to make it look as neat as possible. However, imperfections are totally expected, and to be frank with you, without it being perfect, you're going to cover up imperfections mostly with papers anyways within the folders. When you're doing a project like this, be mindful that it does not need to be perfect and you're just doing the best that you can. I'm looking at this folder as if I am wrapping a gift, and I'm doing the best I can to make it look as neat as possible. However, imperfections are totally expected, and to be frank with you, without it being perfect, you're going to cover up imperfections mostly with papers anyways within the folders. For the excess fabric on the corners, I go ahead and try to make diagonal cuts so that they end up just kind of meeting in the middle, if you will. And you want to repeat that process for all 4 corners. So the next part is to not forget to take Mod Podge and cover the entirety of the outside part of the folder cover. And I just try to give it a watered down wash, so to speak, of this Mod Podge and use that to be the sealer of this folder cover. And of course, make sure you give it time to dry as well. Now for the actual pockets, I go ahead and eyeball the approximate size of it, and I know my scrap remaining pieces aren't totally straight, so I expect for the edges to be imperfect, and that's fine. Don't forget to Mod Podge the inside pockets as well. And then for the window, I decided to make this one specifically different. So instead of doing what I've been doing and making a pocket window, I'm doing a different styled pocket window basically. So I'm making and measuring a template in which I'm going to put the words or subjects onto, and I'm also making a clear version as well as the part where the actual note card is going to go, but I'm cutting and designing it, and I'm making only 2 cuts and slits and sticking the excess corner side pieces into those slits, and then just taping the clear plastic to the folder while taking the note card and bending it over so it stays in place after I go ahead and write my subject. I hope that makes sense. This was definitely a trial and error type of situation, and I tried to make it as even as possible, but I also wanted it more narrow than I started out. So I had to redo it all over again, basically, but I really wanted it to be as even as possible, and I wanted the actual slits to be shorter in length than the actual note card itself. And even with the redo, it's still not perfect, and that's totally okay. So in cutting the slits, I accidentally cut 2 different areas on one part of this slit or whatever, so I'm actually just trying to fix it up with Mod Podge and tape in the back. So I'm just inserting the clear tabs into the front part of the folder slits. Then I'm taking a fresh new index card and cutting out a label to go in the slit as well, but behind the clear plastic. So then I take my stamps and stamp pad and I just ink in the subject matter, in this case idea 4, and I write out the word subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this project or DIY folder idea. I would love to know if anyone decides to make one of their own. And this part, of course, is optional. If you wanted to go ahead and ink the edges of your label, I go ahead and do so on camera. And here I just go ahead and secure the plastic in place with tape and fold back the label so that it also stays in place. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.